Hello, I'm going to tell you about some of our Pampered Chef peelers and gadgets. Okay, first of all we have the serrated peeler. Great for peeling all sorts of fruit and vegetables. It's also really good for butternut, which has got quite a tough skin, and it actually grabs hold of the skin, so it makes it much easier to peel than a normal peeler. You can also use it for making courgette ribbons for pasta. There we go. Then we have our zester scorer. Now this is really good for zesting, and you get, instead of getting, when you grate it, you get the little bits, you actually get the little ribbons. So they're quite good for decorating cupcakes or anything like that, if you want to use that for then. Then we've got our julienne peeler. Okay, so again, really good for making the ribbons. As you can see, the ribbons there for that one. Okay, you can use that for courgette and carrots, for your stir fries, that sort of thing. Then we have one of my favourites, okay, which is the crinkle cutter. Now I love the crinkle cutter because it's brilliant for cutting all sorts of winter vegetables, things that are really hard to cut. And it's much better than an ordinary knife on tough vegetables, because if you, you know when you're trying to cut a butternut or a swede, and you cut it with a knife and you pick it up and it's stuck to the knife, and then you try cutting it without cutting your finger off. Well, this one is great because you're using the strength from your shoulder. So I've got a sweet potato here. Okay, and you see it just goes through really quickly. Also lovely for getting more crispy roast potatoes, and you can use it for all sorts of things. You've just got a rocking motion, so you can you know, cut your herbs with it as well, to just do that. And good as an ordinary knife. It's also good for people with arthritis because they can hold it much easier than a normal knife. Then we've got our core and more. Okay, and this one has got, I don't know if you can see, it's got little serrated buttons here. It's good for taking the tops of strawberries off. It's also good for taking the pips out of butternut or melons or anything like that. This one, use this one first. This is the melon baller, but it's good for taking the pips out. So you just take the pips out and then getting the excess out with that one as well. So that's quite a very useful little tool actually, surprisingly. And then we've got our ordinary peeler, which has got a little bit of a swivel action, so you can, when you're peeling, you can go backwards and forwards. And that's it for today. Thank you.